Namaste, hi, welcome to Kaapi and Conversation, or Coffee and Conversation, or a chai and a tea and conversation too, with me, Meera here, your dino in Oasis. They ask what happens over a cup of a coffee or a chai. Well, I really don't know, or I don't have a straightforward answer to that. But what I feel is a cup of coffee is what we all ask for. That little time, that we can allocate for ourselves, because nothing around us changes. People around us do not change. Might be to a little bit. Even we don't change for so many reasons, but we all crave for one thing that we call it as my little time, my little space, or my little corner where I can be just myself. I can be my vulnerable side, or I can be just what I want to be beyond that identity of whether I'm a mother or a father or a parent or a teacher or an employee in a corporate, or if I'm an entrepreneur, whatever it is. Beyond that, we are what we are. That is something we always would love to see ourselves in. And that's what I say. That's what happens over a cup of a coffee. That's what I feel. And that little time makes a huge difference. Without taking much of your time, I'm going to be inviting our lovely guest today. It is Lakshmipraba. Hi, Lakshmi.
Hi, Meera, and hi, everyone.
Lovely to have you in Kaapi and Conversation Connect. It's been for quite some time. I've been thinking I need to have a cup of conversation with you, and here we are. So, to our listeners and the viewers, before getting into hardcore, what do I say, a description or about Lakshmi, a little point that I wish to add over here is that we talk about, typically segregation, or we talk about mental well-being. We talk about emotional and mental well-being, or whatever. So many well-being we talk about. So for that to happen, what we do is emotionally or mentally, we segregate few things in our mind. What we wish to have, we love to keep that always with us. What we do not wish to have, we still hold on to a couple of things which is not letting us take that next step. And those are the things we address it as a waste, or we address it as something which is not helping me. Let me chuck that out from my mind or from my system. Similarly, how about thinking about that for environment? There's so many of them who talk about sustainability, and we all love to take that sustainability living as, I wouldn't call it as a fashion statement. I would call that as it is the mode of living which we used to so many years back, but somewhere we have parked it. So, Lakshmi, I would want you to share about sustainability, what you do, and yeah, we'd love to hear that.
Thank you, Meera, and gratitude to you for inviting me on your coffee with Meera session. It's amazing to have copy with you. I am very happy to be here.
Thank you.
So, yeah, welcome, Meera. So, viewers, I'm here enjoying my time with Meera, sharing my journey. So, this is Lakshmipraba, founder of Prithvi Mitra and Rent a Cutlery Initiative. I am an author and environment sustainability coach. I'm a sustainable living practitioner for the past 8.5 years, close to 9 years now, who believes that I, as a consumer, we as a family, as a consumers, would not like to burden the earth, water, and air. So, how do we do that? By being mindful of our choices of products or services that we opt for. So this whole of passion towards environment converted into a purpose by taking on my entrepreneurial hat for Prithvi Mitra. So why did it start, if you ask Meera? The whole point started with a simple TV show as a family when we were seeing on a Sunday morning a reality show which actually showed how my household garbage actually polluted an entire village outside my city, Bangalore.
Hmm.
You know, polluting the earth, water, air. The tap water was coming black, and the
Yeah.
children were born with defects because of pollution. It was a big slap on my face where I understood that, oh, okay, whatever I was thinking, that I was tying my waste, all mixed in a plastic cover,
Hmm.
food waste, plastic
Hmm.
waste, paper,
Hmm.
everything together, and throwing to the municipality, thinking my house is clean,
Yeah.
is not actually what it was. It
True.
was not in my backyard attitude which took a transformation to yes in my backyard attitude. And that's how we as a family started segregating our waste and also shifting our food choices from pesticide laden food to pesticide free food, is how our journey started towards sustainable living.
I paused for a while because I can totally relate to, because when it is about clearing, or when it is about cleaning or keeping our things clean, there is this sense of satisfaction, right? Once that garbage, we segregate and we put it, in our society also. So most of us do that, for that matter. We keep it outside our house. We know there is a person who comes and picks it up, and little are we bothered about the destination where these packets are going to. Um, I mean, like, couple of them would say, like, why do you want to think beyond that? Your house is clean, and your corridor is clean. That's it, right? Aren't we keeping our things clean? I mean, it used to be once upon a time. I don't deny the fact. But when we really started thinking about, I'm not the last person who's going to be living on this earth, right? And our children, when I say our children, the next generation or generation after that, what are we actually giving back to them? In fact, there is a story also. I mean, I'm sure even you would connect to that. We spoke about this a couple of days back also. A color pencil were given to parents in a reality show. They were asked
Yes.
to color what they like to, and and after that, it was a time for their children to color. But what they were left with no colors at all. I think they had some white or a
Yes.
black color.
Black and white. Yes.
Black and white. So that is exactly what we are doing. I mean, at least taking a step now would definitely take us towards the destination that we are looking for. But if we don't take that step from our house, they say in Hindi, manzil uski kahan jo ghar se bahar kabhi nikalta hi nahi. So it is, might be I'm not telling the exact lines, but I mean it. That's exactly.
Well said.
So do I say very happy? No, I'm saying I feel honored and such a gratitude that you have taken up this, and the name of your venture, Prithvi Mitra. I mean, it definitely speaks for what you want to do. Little more you want to talk about Prithvi Mitra, about your venture, and then we go to your book also. I know, congratulations, you have released your book. We would want to talk about that also. So let's talk about Prithvi Mitra, about where it is, how do you do that, how people can go and check about Prithvi Mitra, how people can reach out to you, on these things.
Definitely. Thank you, Meera. Very well said, well put, beautiful words, beautiful quotation that you quoted.
Thank you.
So at Prithvi Mitra, I'm an advisory consultant. We provide advisory consultant services and corporate speaker sessions, and also green products for corporates, for educational institutions, for resident welfare associations and businesses. So if you are a corporate, so I do regular sessions for very big corporate every month, where I address about 1,000 employees of them across India on waste management, carbon footprint reduction, climate change, global warming, etc. So all the topics related to sustainability. So if you are a resident welfare association and you are looking to manage completely your wet waste inside your premise without sending it outside, so I can be an advisory consultant with complete handhold support to give you the right solutions, and also help you not stop with that, but help you in implementing with the right product that is suitable for your requirement. So if you are a company or a person looking for bulk gifting has become it's a beautiful community gesture where we gift each other. But what if that gifting is mindful? What if that gifting, what we give, if I'm gifting something to you, Meera, wouldn't you love if that gift is really very mindful, helping you as well as not burdening the environment? How do you think it will be?
Definitely. I mean, that's something we would love to receive, right? It so happens
Exactly.
you spoke about gifting, right? In today's scenario, Lakshmi, if you see when there is any birthday party or any kind of an occasion, most of the time in societies, what you come across is birthday parties.
Yeah.
So, what you do is you pick up a toy, or in a hurry, you go to a shop, pick up something from the stationery, you wrap it and give it. We have reached a scenario like most of us, or most people have all the things, and we again go add on to their toy collections. Uh, there are many people, you know, who are in a situation where they feel, if you can give me a pre-loved, if you can give me a pre-loved book or a toy, that's also more than enough. But it's
Amazing.
not finding its destination. I'm glad, the cohort we are working, Lakshmi and I, for that matter, we have a couple of people who are into the pre-loved business,
Yes.
and I'm sure we should definitely pull on a conversation, a Kaapi and conversation with them also. And it's definitely such a wonderful cause that you're working for. Yeah. Just to add on, you can continue from your end now.
Yeah, sure. So these are the services and products that as Prithvi Mitra, you can approach me. So our website details and all social media handles will be dropped in at the description.
Definitely.
Yeah, so definitely click on the link and follow all my social media handles. And to connect with me, the email ID is also available in the social media handle of Linktree that we will be posting. So
Awesome.
please do connect with me. So if you are a corporate and if you're looking for employee engagement and also looking for a conscious shift across your premises,
Okay.
or if you're a resident welfare association, or if you're an educational institution looking for taking this concept of conscious living or global warming, climate change to your children, or a master training for your teachers, definitely you can approach me and connect with me. So this is what Prithvi Mitra is about, and we are going to talk about the book soon, as Meera said.
Definitely. And before picking up the book, there's something else also that probably if you could just add on like a few points over here. You mentioned about you help society in terms of clearing their wet waste within the premises. So without getting into too details, probably like how do you do that? And are you looking for empanelment? Probably you can throw some light on this. And from there, probably we can just shift towards the little bit of the challenges that you face, the services, and this how it led you to create that book, that colorful book also.
So, Meera, assume if there is an apartment complex of 400 houses,
Okay.
and say 450 houses, and they will be generating around 300 kgs of kitchen waste alone every day.
Yes.
As per solid waste management rule across Karnataka and Swachh Bharat mission across India, every household has to separate their waste into three types: wet, dry, and sanitary.
Yes.
So when an apartment separates as wet waste, and which I said for 450 houses, 300 kgs, those waste has to go through a vendor outside the premise.
Yes.
So it has to go through a properly empaneled vendor authorized by the municipality of the state.
Yes.
If it is not, there is also bulk generator rule, which is actually in existence, where any complex generating more than 50 kg of waste have to manage their wet waste inside the premise. They can't send it outside.
Yes.
In fact, at a bigger level, if you see, you are saving a lot of carbon footprint from sending it outside.
Okay.
Because it needs energy to handle that waste. It needs transport to transport that waste, and many things associated with it. So when an apartment approaches saying that, Lakshmi, this much is the kg of waste that we have. So I help them first understand by doing a site visit to see what is the wet waste generated, where they have a space properly, and then accordingly propose solutions which will compose the waste naturally over a period of 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
And also consult and advise them on to how to utilize the particular compost. So
Okay.
with the right solutions,
Okay.
what all is needed, where it can be placed. So all that expertise of my 8 years comes into picture, which will save them a lot of time, effort, and also money, because when a consultant or expert is engaged who has this many years experience, the solution and the implementation becomes very easy.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
when I was a customer, Meera,
Yeah.
it took me 6 to 7 years to find out what is the right tooth powder for me without chemical.
Okay.
What is the right toothbrush for me or no toothbrush? What is the right soap or powder for me, which is chemical free toxin?
Hmm.
Each and every aspect of our life, starting the day with brushing our teeth.
Okay.
Till that time of even now clothing, we have started shifting our practices to more naturally dyed and all those things. So it has taken years.
Yes.
But when someone approaches an environment sustainability coach like me, an advisory consultant like me, that time, effort, and money of so many years is definitely crunched to a month or a two.
Okay.
So, or a three maximum, I would say.
Definitely, Lakshmi, because see, like for example, just to add to what you were telling, when somebody offer their services, a professional services, what you call it as, many of them come back to me and they say, "Oh my God, do I have to pay so much for 1 hour?" Then we really need to stop and say what we learned over 16 to 20 years through our corporate journey and through, the personal journey and so many things that we did after that. We are compiling the entire piece, in such a way that it is easily, you just take it and you pop it in. What we did is
Exactly.
we put our hand everywhere, we fell flat, we had our nose also going blunt, face blunt on the floor. We did all these things, and when we are giving you our offering, it's not only we, anyone. I mean, this is through this podcast, there's something that I also want to share with our listeners and viewers, which you might be aware. If not, you can share it with your other folks who are into the same thought. When somebody tell them about their professional fees, when somebody tell them about this is how it works, I think we need to stop by, listen to how they do what they do, rather than questioning why is it so costly, why can't you give it, I mean, it depends. It's not about comparison with the other service providers, but whoever is a service provider, if they are offering you their services or the products, it is basis the so many years of experience, not only them, their team, so many experienced people have shared what they can do, and they give it to you in such a ready to eat way or ready to consume, and we should definitely stop by to listen. About your business, which are, I mean, you're doing it in Bangalore, outside Bangalore also, or if in Bangalore, which are the areas specifically that you are handling?
Anywhere in India. In fact,
Okay.
even I'm open for global consulting also, because
Okay.
climate change and global warming is not a very localized topic. It is a topic which is part of everyone's life,
Definitely.
and it is common to anyone across the planet.
Absolutely. I like an elevator pitch. If you want to pitch about Prithvi Mitra, there you go, Lakshmi. People are listening to you to reach out to you too also.
Prithvi Mitra is an advisory consultancy, is a service offering advisory consultancy and corporate speaker sessions for resident welfare associations, educational institutions, corporates, and businesses. So if you are looking to solve the problem, so what do we really solve? We solve the problem of consumerism and climate change. So please do connect with us at www.prithvimitra.com for all these services or to address this problem. Thank you.
There you go with your pitch.
Yeah.
It's much required because people, when they listen to, they definitely want that, something that is there within a minute, and they just take it and they come to you. And I do not want this podcast just to go with the copy and the conversation, but it should be like an ROI for you also. Now let's go to how did you think about taking Prithvi Mitra into those cute little colorful book?
Sure, Amira. Actually, it was, I always connected with children because I have been doing lot of sessions for government schools and private schools on conscious living,
Okay.
on waste segregation, composting, how
Okay.
to reduce the plastic waste, etc.
Okay.
So it really, connected to me very deeply that I wanted to be an instrument to sow the seed of conscious consumerism at a very young age, at grassroots level penetration. In Tamil, there is a saying which says, "Aindil valayadadu, aimbadil valayadu," which means catch them young. What doesn't bend in 5 years does not bend in 50 years.
Yeah.
So this is a very humble intention. My book, Suju Learns to be a Green Warrior. So this is my book.
Lovely.
So this is my
Lovely.
book. I'm sure you are able to see it.
Yes, we do, I think, because of the virtual background. Yeah.
So this is a book
Yes.
for children on waste segregation for 5 to 10-year old. Though it is, I say the bracket as 5 to 10-year old, this is a book for everyone. So
Absolutely.
whoever is going to read are going to get a very big message, beautifully put with these colorful illustrations, as you can see, Meera. Not to
Thank you.
litter and segregate waste into three types, ending with a beautiful activity, two beautiful one activity and one puzzle in the book. So
Lovely.
I would really love all of you to kindly support this initiative, read the book, buy the book, read it, and also share your reviews on Amazon, because this is not just a children's book, which is cartoon, but
Yeah.
no, this itself is a whole life. This is a
Suju
life of
learns to
me.
be a green warrior.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is the whole initiative, sowing the seed of conscious consumerism so that this seed blooms into a tree somewhere down the line as a responsible citizen of that particular child. So this is the whole
Definitely,
idea.
definitely. I always believe the growth phase varies, the growth time varies, but once sowed, the seed germinates. It takes time or it stays dormant, but it will definitely germinate into the next stage, is my belief. Whether it's a fern or a bamboo, or it's an aloe vera, or it's a tulsi, or whatever plant or this one. Today, if you see a banyan tree with so many prop fruits hanging down, giving birth to the next set of trees for that matter, it was a seed someday. So the work that you are doing, I would not say seed. The seed has already germinated, and it's into the next stage of the growth of this particular thought as a plant, as a thought, what do you call it as. And we would definitely would like to see that growing into a banyan, or what you call it as a kalpa vriksha, which is so many
Beautiful.
people wish to have kalpa vriksha, right? And so I wish it grows into that. We will be sharing about this book, the link to grab a copy also in our description. That apart, little bit into the book about the cover design, or I'm sure someone has written the forward also. I know who is that person. I would want you to talk about that, definitely.
Definitely. So this book has been, of course, yes, the whole life for the book is in the colorful illustrations,
Oh,
definitely.
can we just peep into a couple of the pages in that? It looks so colorful. Yes. People who are listening to on the podcast or the audio platform, I would invite you to jump to YouTube also, where you can have you can look into the video, where you can see the book. You can feel the color of the book also. Yes.
Definitely. So the book forward has been written by Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai.
Ah,
He is the corporate Chanakya, author of 21 books, and he is a doctorate from Mumbai University on Chanakya Arthashastra, and he is also my business mentor, who
lovely.
under whom I have been learning the principles of Chanakya Arthashastra and how to apply to the modern day business basic qualities of a leader,
Mm.
very beautifully put forth by Chanakya himself, who was a kingmaker,
Kingmaker.
and every aspect of what he has told is holding good, including foreign policies, or whether you want to run a company, whether you're a startup or a major giant running, I mean, a major corporate. I think there is a lot of takeaway from Chanakya Arthashastra.
Always, always. Chanakya is.
I'm sure, Meera, you are the right person to talk about
Oh,
it.
please.
Please throw some light on it.
Oh, don't. No, Chanakya Niti or Chanakya, I mean, uh, as you mentioned few lines in Tamil, ஒரு நாள் போதாது, ஒரு வருஷமும் போராது. And it's definitely a life. One life is also not enough to talk about that great person. And um I'm actually, like just into it, and I'm in laws of words being upfront over here. And Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, yeah, definitely wish to add over here. Couple of years back, one of my friend, when she asked me in one of the interview connects, meet a one other. It was like one, what is that? That what do you call it? As rapid fire, in rapid fire, someone whom you want to meet. I said Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. So because like I remember when I had taken my first break in my corporate career, that was in 2010. Um, that's the time I started reading Radhakrishnan Pillai's book on Chanakya. Someone had gifted my husband this book, and as always, anything under the sun, I love to read. And this book, I really didn't put it down. I went on and on. And also there were these CDs, that time we used to get. So I used to put that in the DVD or CD player or DVD player, what do you call it as, and listen to it. And that was the time I sowed the seed in my mind. This author, this person should definitely meet in a life. And I'm so happy to meet someone, who is, what do I call, a mentee or a coachee of Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. So lovely, Lakshmi, nice to know about this also. Who is the publisher of your book? You want to?
Story Mirror from Mumbai is the publisher of this book, and the illustrations have been brought to life by Sonal Goyal, who
Okay.
has worked with Champak and Tinkle illustrations.
I've heard about Sonal. Nice that
Yeah,
you shared about her.
yes, she's an amazing person. So whatever I was envisioning in the book, she brought to life with her
Lovely,
beautiful illustrations. Yeah.
lovely. So, just for the listeners and to the viewers who are, here with us in this particular show, this book, Suju, you can show it, please, so that people can just grab it. Yeah. This book, Suju Learns to Be a Green Warrior. This is not for, children alone, because children are, the future, what we call it as, for any nation. So let's start it from there, is what I feel. And it's for each of us. This book is published by Story Mirror, and foreword written by Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, and illustration by Sonal. So we will share the link for you to grab a copy of, whether it's on Story Mirror's website or on Amazon or other marketplaces also. We'll share the link so that each of you can grab a copy of that. And it is just not to read and place it aside. It is a book for you to just, to sow the information into the DNA and let it replicate and pass the information, not to wait for the next generation to come. Let's start from here. So yeah, thank you so much, Lakshmi, for sharing about this. Something that you want to share as a liner, a few lines, because I always say, we don't wish to end the show, but we end it just to, start create yet another leaflet or a beginning.
So, Meera, as you rightly put in the beginning, that and the environment does play a major role in what we are and how we are.
Yeah.
Definitely, it plays a role, whether it is our internal well-being or our external cleanliness or our cleanliness. Everything is interconnected. And as the saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So start small, nothing is late, nothing is big or small.
Yeah.
Take that one step into sustainable living. Everywhere you go, carry your own water bottle and
Exactly.
say no to single use disposables.
Yeah.
Carry your own reusable shopping bag wherever you go, whenever you go for shopping, whether it is inside the country, outside the country. Always have a set of bags in your pouch or your suitcase. And also say no to single use tissue papers,
Yeah.
which are made by cutting trees and bleached to make it look white. But carry your own reusable handkerchief.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
the basic beautiful music that comes in the book is reduce, reuse, recycle too. Come on, everyone. It's easy to do. Say no to single use disposable.
Can you sing that
Say yes to
again?
reusable.
I'm sorry. Can you sing that again?
Reduce, reuse, recycle too. Come on, everyone. It's easy to do. And there is a series of things that comes you can read in the book.
We would definitely. I'm going to be grabbing my copy too. And thank you so very much. A coffee, though we say that, I want to grab a cup of my coffee, but it's always beautiful when we have someone, with us also to share that coffee, to share that bit of a conversation, and to share that little bit of an insider, because nothing changes, like I always say, around us. If we allow ourselves to change, we change. Even we do not change for so many reasons. But if a coffee can help in bringing about a change, if it can bring about a little bit of a transformation inside out, and if we can be a cause, um, not only for the upliftment for our soul or our mental well-being or for our business, if we can give that nudge to our friend or to our neighbor or to someone whom we know, whom we can be of, not to 10 people, even at least to one person, why not over the cup of a coffee, is what this connect is all about. We'll be back with yet another Kaapi, yes, Kaapi and Conversation Connect with one more guest. Soon, yes, I'm talking to this person and we'll get a confirmation and I'll be sharing the details soon. Thank you, Lakshmi, for coming over and grabbing a cup of coffee. Yes, though virtually, but we are going to be catching up. Here we are in Bangalore. We should be definitely catching up soon.
Thank you, Meera, and everyone, the viewers, for this amazing time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming over. To all of you, thank you. See you soon with yet another episode, Copy and Conversation with your Dino Noises, Meera. Namaste. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.